Happy Friday, everyone. I'm April Chadwick,
And I'm Diane Gertis.
and we are with TMA Corner. Happy June and almost July. Can you believe that?
I cannot.
Well, you kind of can because we live in Arizona and we've been almost dying every day. So,
You know what, though? I heard that the people in Portland and Oregon and Seattle are going to be in triple digits, and they don't have air conditioning. Our only thing is that we have to walk from our air-conditioned cars to our air-conditioned houses. Oh yeah, and jump in our pools. So, everything's got air conditioner or a pool.
and now we're such babies. We're like, can we start our car before we get outside, please? Because it's so
I had to take Mike to the doctor this morning, and all the wheelchair places, there were only three of them, but all three cars nobody was in it, and the car was running.
how the cars are running.
I'm like,
Gotta love Arizona.
yeah, you gotta love Arizona. That's right.
And so just as Diane was talking about Mike, just a side note, Mike's my dad. Mike is her husband. In case you guys didn't know, Diane is my mom. So that kind of solves everything there. And Dad's been going through a bit, but we think he's coming through it, right, Mom?
That is correct. We've had a couple of weeks that have been fairly, almost 30 days that have been pretty scary. So, but everyone has something, don't they? Yeah, everyone's got something.
And at least he was home from the hospital and everything by Father's Day.
Yeah.
But just a side note, I know we're taking up time, but do you know what Father's Day was besides Father's Day? It was summer solstice. Did you know that?
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for seeing. And last night was, well, you saw the moon come up this morning, the moonrise this morning. That was absolutely fabulous. That was on national news about how it came up in Arizona. I saw that on CBS News this morning.
Oh, only in Arizona?
No, yeah, the moon only came up in Arizona. The rest of the world. Okay.
Funny you brought it up.
She graduated from college. She went to Colorado State.
Do you want to know how I saw the moon this morning?
Now, share it.
Because my puppy wakes me up at the sun. That's why I know when summer solstice is. So I know exactly from 61 days from Sunday, I'll be able to sleep in past 5:15. But that's my life.
Well, we're all looking forward to fall. You for different reasons.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So today we're going to talk. We always have different things coming up, and of course, this past 2 years, 18 months, it's been nuts. But I like to do, and Diane obviously is the guru of it. So at the end of the month, trying to do a market update. So go for it, Diane. Tell us what we got going on.
Well, the market in Phoenix, in Arizona, still is very strong. Heard rumblings from several agents that it has slowed down a little bit. They're not getting 30 or 40 offers on a house. And actually, a few homes have actually not had an offer on them right away. And there've been a lot of greedy people out there that are got a for sale sign in the yard and are asking even for Arizona ridiculous prices.
Right.
And keep in mind, Arizona, a lot of soothsayers, as I like to call them, or the economists, believe that Arizona home prices have been undervalued for a long time. So they may just be catching up, but being undervalued and just being stupid are two different things altogether.
True. Well, I was talking to an agent today, and she was even saying she had a listing appointment, which a lot of agents, that's great. Like, wow, it's an easy money, but she had said that during this market and during this time, she doesn't like doing listings because it is the greedy factor. And one of the problems in Arizona as well is that there are some sellers that do try to get out of escrow because they feel that they can get more now, more. But everything changes. So,
and one thing I do want to say, for the first time home buyers, you can still be out there and try and buy homes. We closed several first-time home buyers this month, and so far we've added up all the appraisals came in at sales price, and that's not always the case, but this month it's been really very good on appraisals.
Oh, good. And then appraisals, are they still having the lag time that they were before?
Yes, appraisals are taking a little longer. For instance, if you're buying $1 million home and are financing it, the appraisers that appraise $1 million plus homes in Arizona, at least this is true for Arizona, have a different certification because of the price point of the home, even if you're putting 50% down. So therefore, those homes may take a little longer. And some homes that are unique, the appraisal management companies we work with several, and we'll just do a blast to all of them, and whoever can get there first. And then some of them will do their homework and say, no, we're not going to do this because it's maybe too unique of a home or too far out. And the ones that further out may take longer as well.
Good to know.
Yes, I am.
What else is going on in the housing market?
Well, a lot of changes in especially the last couple of days, and for the better. One is, well, no, not for the better. Let's start with do you want to hear the bad news first, or the good news? Let's talk.
Ask that.
I know, what is
option of no bad?
Option. Well, the good news is that we're still doing all kinds of loans and everything's kind of but on investor properties, people who are buying homes for investment and people who are buying second homes, Arizona's a big second home state, you may find that the interest rates may be a little higher than what you expected them. Back in the ancient days of March 2021, the interest rates for second homes, if you were putting 20% down in primary residences, were virtually the same. But they have again, they made a little tweak in April, and they're just getting ready to do another tweak. Fannie, Freddie, who do the conventional financing, which is how you would have to buy a second home. Those homes, they only want the banks that before they didn't want them to be no more than 7%. And a lot of them would fudge, nobody really 7% of their portfolio. Now it's being dropped to 3%.
Oh,
therefore they're going to make it a little bit stricter. So,
okay. Well, good to know. And that's with second homes and investments?
And investment properties, correct. The more you put down, the less it's going to affect you, just saying. But especially those who are putting 20% down on investment properties or 10% down on second homes. And if you put more down, you're not going to feel it. But if you are putting less down, then that you're going maybe seeing a higher interest rate.
Well, probably isn't that kind of the written rule a little bit with lending, is the more money you put down, the better your loan is going to be.
Correct. Unless, especially on conventional, the interest rates will be better. It depends on conventional is Fannie, Freddie up to 548 to 50. But but it depends on your credit score and the loan to value. But keep in mind, I keep saying, keep in mind, FHA and VA, it doesn't matter. There still doesn't matter how much you put down. It's going to depend on your credit score, basically.
Right. Yeah. And then just for the record, and while we're talking about it, as you were talking about money down, as of right now, VA is the only zero down. I mean, yes, we can go DPA, we can talk about that. But for right now, if you want to put zero down on a home, VA is the way to go.
If you're a veteran and have your veteran eligibility, absolutely.
Correct.
There are some USDA, if you get far into the rural areas, USDA loans are also 0% down. They have a lot, they have several more, should I say, qualifications. Correct. Than VA does.
They have other layers of qualifying, a lot of things you have to think about rather than VA.
USDA is 0 down, but each year it's gotten further and further out for the properties that qualify for it.
Fabulous. And then what else do you have for us for this market update?
FHA finally has, for years from the beginning of time, if you had a student loan, FHA and VA would allow you to defer that. If you had 1 year deferral, you wouldn't have to count that payment. VA still has that guideline. FHA changed it a couple of years ago doesn't matter what the credit report said, you had to use 1% of the balance. So if you owned if you had $100,000 on student loans, your payment we had to count against you was $1,000 a month. VA, if it's deferred for 12 months, you don't have to worry about it. Fannie, Freddie, whatever's on the credit report. So if you are on a reduced income program with the student loan provider, even if it's $20 a month or $1 a month, we can use that as a payment.
Oh,
Freddie Mac will allow 5, if you don't have a payment amount on there, rule of thumb, I'm giving you a lot of information. It's 1% from Fannie and 5%, not 5, but 0.5 for Freddie. And that's what FHA is going to do now. They're going to allow what's on the credit report. Yay. And but if there's nothing on there, it's 0.5.
0.5%. Good to know. And when does this take effect?
Immediately.
Oh, okay. So it's already in effect. So
That came out with the new administration. They're making some changes. This is one of them. The other one that may be coming down, this is May, possibly, could be sometime in the future.
Not May then, maybe July, August.
Yeah, don't know what year, but there is a possibility since the Qualified Mortgage Act passed and the Ability to Repay Act, which was part of Dodd-Frank, the lenders have had to, on Fannie and Freddie, have had very strict ratios they've had to cover. And that is not allegedly they're going to soften that so it won't be quite as strict, allegedly.
And that's conventional.
Conventional only. FHA's never changed. FHA and VA have stayed the same.
Well,
So
that's fabulous.
yeah. So that'll help our buyers, especially first-time home buyers, a great deal. With the housing prices going up, if they can have a little bit higher ratios, that's going to help dramatically.
Well, 100%. And as we went over the last time, I think we were talking about wages and all that too. So that'll definitely help out a lot of buyers. And what's even crazier is like the rental market has even stricter LTVs, or I'm sorry, ratios than home buying does. And so it's one of those things where it's kind of like where our prices are going up is a great way, especially hopefully like we talked about in December, or I'm sorry, January, if once they raise all of the loan limits as well, hopefully this will allow some of the first-time home buyers or people the entry to get into these homes.
Well, you were talking about rentals. Interesting. Maybe you don't, I always like to start my day, dear diary. Well, I had a client who called in and, nice couple, but their credit was trashed. I don't think they'd ever paid anything on time and it just wasn't important to them. Well, now they can't find a place to rent. They gave their notice at their thinking that at their apartment complex, thinking they'd be able to find another rental. They can't find it. So they call me and say, well, do you think we'd be able to buy a home? I'm like, this is where you put them on hold and go, what? No, but I did try to guide them on their credit. And what I did a soft pull credit report means that it doesn't hit your scores, nor does it show up anywhere as an inquiry. So I really tried to help them with their credit, but none of it was their fault. It was all situations, and why don't we take that into consideration? Lenders do not care. I'm sorry. They do not care. Here's a credit score. Then that's what they go by. And now we spend a good deal, as you know, we spend a great deal of time not repairing, but raising people's credit because of situations or so that they can get a better loan and a better rate.
Well, and you're great at that. And I know that we always end this with like all the wonderful, amazing things that you do, but I think this is time for a shout out and I know there are some of the people I know that listen to this that can attest to this, but not only are you great at a loan officer or great at getting people a mortgage, but one part of that is helping people and guiding them, because you've seen a lot, even before the pandemic, you saw things, but I think since our housing market got so crazy, you had to work a lot more and help people fix their credit, guide them on what to do to have better credit and how to be responsible. And
well,
so
I don't put how to be responsible. You can't do that. I've tried to, like my kids, I've tried to say, well, you could maybe, here's a couple of suggestions, but I don't know. But it's just, everyone has to live their own life, and just so everyone knows, we've all made mistakes. We've all not paid things on time or done something bad thing. Things have happened and we've had to take the time to repair it. And part of it is just say, okay, stop. Let's stop what we're doing. It's not working. And let's back up and let's get ourselves on a path. Maybe I can't buy a home this year, but I'll put myself in a position to buy in 2022.
Right.
There's a lot of things that we could, you just, and I'm just really grateful to be able to be on a wonderful job that I work with wonderful people like you. You're just so wonderful, and work with wonderful clients. It's a real joy to be able to work with people and put them in homes, everybody, that's to them as a level of success. So, Diane,
Absolutely. So, well, thank you, Diane. I appreciate
oh, you're welcome.
it so much. And then just so everyone knows, once again, Diane Gertis with the Mortgage Advantage. You can follow us on Instagram. We're at TMA Corner on Instagram. We're obviously on YouTube, Facebook. But if you are looking for a lender, if you have questions, if you're looking for a loan, or if you're looking to refinance and it's so scary out there, call Diane. She's amazing. She answers questions all the time. Oh, you don't want them to call you?
No, I want to come back and say, I have no ego on that. I'm not gonna say, well, you should have called me first, or even if you're working with another lender, I always want my clients to have the best. They're my clients and their families to have the best, what's best for them. And so, but call me anytime. My phone number is 480-235-5667, 480-235-5667. And a shout out to everyone out there, anyone out there that's maybe feeling under the weather, ill, don't know what to do, not sure, go to the emergency room. Let them decide how sick you are. Because one thing I have a PhD in everything. My kids will tell you that, except medical. So anyway.
Yes, and what she's talking about is with my dad. If you ever question anything, just go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So, and I'm April Chadwick, and you can reach me at 602-740-5319. And as I mentioned before, we're on all sorts of social media. Follow us, chat with us. We look forward to talking to you. Have a great week. I guess next time we chat will be July. All right, have a great day. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Bye.
Bye.